Ah, the Volkswagen Golf, an automotive staple as ubiquitous as sliced bread and about as thrilling. The latest model? Well, it's like getting excited about a new version of Microsoft Excel. Yes, it's new. Yes, it's improved, but deep down, you know it's still just Excel. Let's start with the base model, the Golf Life. Now, the only way to make the name more depressing would be to call it the Golf Life sentence. It's got a 1.0-liter engine under the bonnet, which is roughly the size of a sewing machine's motor. It'll get you from 0 to 60 in about the same time it takes to boil an egg. No, not a soft-boiled one. We're talking hard-boiled, with maybe a side of toast. Then there's the Golf style. Ah, the irony. Because, as much as Volkswagen would like you to believe it, adding a bit of chrome here and a slightly fancier seat there does not, I repeat, does not make this car stylish. It's like putting lipstick on a pig and hoping people will mistake it for a supermodel. But it's a Golf, so of course, it'll be as reliable as a Swiss watch. Or, let's be honest, as reliable as a Swiss accountant. Moving up the ladder, we have the Golf R line. Now, VW has slapped on a few sporty bits, like those ridiculous fake exhausts and a slightly lower suspension. It's supposed to give you a taste of the full-fat Golf R without the cholesterol. But all it does is make you wonder why you didn't just go for the Golf R in the first place. Because here's a tip. If you're driving a car that looks fast but isn't, you might as well be wearing a toupee and hoping no one notices. And then, of course, we have the mighty Golf GTI. The GTI has been the poster child for, I'm having a midlife crisis, but I can only afford a hatchback, for decades now. It's got a 2.0-liter engine that makes a very respectable 245 horsepower, which, in a car this size, is like strapping a jet engine to a skateboard. It'll do 0 to 60 faster than you can say, I used to be cool in the 80s. And around corners, it handles like a cat on carpet. But there's a downside. Everyone, and I mean everyone, will expect you to drive like a maniac. Finally, we reach the pinnacle, the Golf R. The R is to the Golf what Rocky is to boxing. Loud, brash, and just a little bit ridiculous. It has 320 horsepower and four-wheel drive, which is all very exciting until you remember that it's still just a Golf. The R can launch itself from 0 to 60 in under 4.7 seconds. But unless you live on the Nürburgring, you're more likely to experience that power when trying to overtake a tractor on a rainy B road. It's an engineering marvel, sure, but it's like putting a jet engine in a toaster. Impressive, but utterly unnecessary. In the end, the new VW Golf is, well, a Golf. It's the car equivalent of porridge, reliable, safe, and a bit bland. But somehow, despite all that, people will keep buying it. Because it's the Golf, a car that's been perfected to the point of boring perfection. And let's face it, even if it's the most unremarkable thing on four wheels, you'll still find one parked outside every school, office, and supermarket in the land. Because that's what the Golf is, a default choice. The automotive equivalent of saying, yeah, whatever, that'll do. And there you have it, the VW Golf, the sensible shoes of the automotive world. If you've enjoyed this little romp through the land of four-wheeled mediocrity, why not hit that subscribe button? You'll get more reviews, more laughs, and more cars that you secretly wish were just a little bit more exciting. Go on, give it a click. You wouldn't want to miss out on the next one, would you? After all, who else will tell you the truth about cars that everyone else insists on calling iconic? Cheers!